5 soldiers, including an officer, in eastern Iraq. India's pivotal election phase underway as Modi seeks third term. Afghanistan stripped of UN voting rights over unpaid dues. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi calls on young believers to seize opportunities to achieve success. Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, this is Amir Ma'ash and you are watching Shia Waves live from London only on Imam Hussein TV 3. An officer and 4 Iraqi soldiers were killed and 5 others were injured on Monday in an attack by ISIS militants on an army site in eastern Iraq. The attack occurred in a rural area between Diyala and Salahuddin provinces where some ISIS cells remain active. The Iraqi Ministry of Defense issued a statement mourning Colonel Khalid Najim Wasak along with several fighters with the 2nd Battalion of the 93rd Infantry Brigade of the 21st Infantry Division, as they confronted a terrorist attack. After seizing large areas in Syria and Iraq in 2014, ISIS faced successive defeats in both countries, eventually being stripped of all its territories in 2019. Millions of Indians across 96 constituencies started casting their ballots on Monday to mark the 4th round of multi-phase national elections. This election will be pivotal for Prime Minister Narendra Modi as he seeks a 3rd straight term, with an eye on winning a supermajority in Parliament. Most polls predict a win for Modi and the BJP, which is facing a broad opposition alliance led by the Indian National Congress and powerful regional parties. However, the staggered election has also seen opposition parties make a strong case to voters, focusing on issues like rising inflation, lack of employment, and economic distress. The elections will run until June 1st, with votes scheduled to be counted on June 4th. Over 970 million voters, more than 10% of the world's population, will elect 543 members to the lower house of Parliament for a 5-year term. Afghanistan's voting rights in the United Nations General Assembly have been suspended due to unpaid membership dues. Countries that fail to pay their UN dues for over 2 years are deprived of their voting privileges based on the Charter and operating procedures. Afghanistan has not made these payments since the Taliban took power in August 2021, according to the source. The annual UN membership fee for Afghanistan is around $200,000. Afghanistan is one of 6 nations, including Ecuador and Venezuela, currently barred from voting in the General Assembly over unpaid dues. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. ISIS attack on army site kills 5 soldiers, including an officer, in eastern Iraq. India's pivotal election phase underway as Modi seeks 3rd term. Afghanistan stripped of UN voting rights over unpaid dues. Also tonight, Sheikh Noor Mohammed receives the award as the Religious Advocate of the Year at the British Muslim Awards. The Supreme Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Husseini Shirazi, has reaffirmed the necessity of supporting the youth, developing their skills, and providing opportunities for them to navigate life and carve out their path to success. In an important address published on the official website of his office on Monday, His Eminence advised the youth not to miss the opportunities available at various levels. He said, "Today the faithful youth must initiate development before it is too late," explaining that as life progresses, opportunities diminish, so they should be seized as recommended by the Holy Prophet and the Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them. He continued, "During this stage of life, a person has greater ability to concentrate and more opportunities are open with fewer problems, unlike old age when responsibilities increase." His Eminence added, "I advise my sons and daughters to be patient and determined, to take initiative and to use the opportunities available to achieve successes." He also urged them to adhere to morals, to reflect the bright and pure side of faith, to continue acquiring knowledge, and to adhere to the teachings of the Holy Prophet and his pure family, peace and blessings be upon them. His Eminence considered that all sciences are important for their youth, but it is very essential to develop youthful talents in the fields of writing and oration, to spread the pure Muhammadan Islam and to introduce the principles and thoughts of the pure Imams, peace be upon them. And now we continue with some short news. The successful tech innovator OpenAI announced on Monday that in a new version of Chat GPT, the AI tool can see and hear. According to OpenAI, with this update, Chat GPT can understand voice, text, or video commands and interact with the user. This update, called GPT 4.0, is available for free to all users starting Monday. Previously, the developer of OpenAI had announced that by adding the memory feature to ChatGPT, the system will be able to learn and remember details about its users. World leaders will convene in Paris this week for an energy summit focused on expanding access to clean cooking methods. The summit, organized by the International Energy Agency, aims to raise billions in funding to provide 250 million Africans with clean cooking solutions by 2030. According to the IEA, 2.3 billion people globally use polluting fuels like wood and charcoal for cooking, resulting in 3.7 million premature deaths annually, mainly women and children. Switching to clean cooking could save 1.5 billion tons of CO2 per year, the source mentioned. The third edition of the International Halal Tourism Congress was held in Izmir province in Western Turkey. The event, organized in collaboration with the Culture and Tourism Minister, gathers academics, tourism experts, and sector leaders to discuss issues related to halal tourism. Halal tourism is considered as a subcategory of tourism that is geared toward Muslim families who abide by the rules of Islam. The hotels in such destinations do not serve alcohol, have separate swimming pools and spa facilities for men and women, serve only halal foods, and have prayer facilities in room and in a common hall. Along with destinations like Malaysia, Indonesia, United Arab Emirates, Turkey is one of the most popular destinations for tourists looking for halal offers. Over 3,000 individuals residing in Fort Nelson, located in the western Canadian province of British Columbia, were forced to evacuate their residences due to a wildfire. Mayor of Canada's Northern Rockies Regional Municipality told reporters that the wildfire was sparked by a tree falling onto power lines during strong winds. Approximately 30 million acres of land were destroyed by the destructive wildfires last year, an area greater than Cuba or South Korea. More than 100 million people were impacted by the enormous plumes of smoke that obstructed the air in Canada and the neighboring United States, sometimes causing flights to be delayed and required the cancellation of outdoor events. China has been pursuing a Sionization policy to make Islam in China more Chinese, leading to transformations such as the removal of foreign architectural features from mosques and the introduction of Chinese language equivalents for Arabic halal signs in restaurants. Under President Xi Jinping's directive, mosques are being stripped of their traditionally Arabic architectural features, such as domes and minarets, which are being replaced with more Chinese-style pagoda roofs. Muslim restaurants are also required to remove Arabic language halal signage in favor of Chinese language equivalents. While the campaign has been less overtly coercive outside of Xinjiang, where mass detention of Uyghurs has occurred, it still poses a significant threat to the cultural and religious practices of Muslim communities across China. The Sionization of Islam appears to be part of the Communist Party's broader agenda to assert its ideological supremacy and eliminate perceived threats to its power and vision for a modern Chinese community. The 11th Annual British Muslim Awards, an esteemed recognition of achievements within the British Muslim community, recently concluded its annual ceremony, illuminating the remarkable contributions of individuals across various fields. Among the distinguished honorees was Sheikh Noor Muhammad, as he received the Religious Advocate of the Year award, becoming the first Shia scholar to win this prestigious award. Sheikh Noor is currently the resident at the KSIMC of Birmingham and the Lady Khadija Visiting Fellow in Shia Studies at the Wolf Institute in Cambridge. Among his work in the Muslim community, Sheikh Noor is extremely active in interfaith work to help the community have a peaceful coexistence. Sheikh has also founded the Abiha Empowerment Center in Kumsai, Ghana, and co-founded the Imamiyya Islamic Research Center in Johannesburg. He is also a qualified civil and commercial mediator. A spokesperson for the British Muslim Awards said, "Over the last decade, we've looked to honor and uplift the achievement of British Muslims and look forward to the continued growth and success of this vibrant and dynamic community. The winners are true leaders who have inspired others, pushed boundaries, and achieved remarkable success in their respective fields. We would like to congratulate all winners and highly commend recipients on their accomplishments." We have reached the end of today's news. Let's take a look at the main headlines for this evening. ISIS attack on army site kills 5 soldiers, including an officer in eastern Iraq. India's pivotal election phase underway as Modi seeks third term. Afghanistan stripped of UN voting rights over unpaid dues. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi calls on young believers to seize opportunities to achieve successes. Sheikh Noor Muhammad receives the award as the Religious Advocate of the Year at the British Muslim Awards. You can view the latest news on our website, or you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of your screen. Thank you all for watching. We pray to Allah Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum.
Are you in court for raping English girls? Remember? You're here defending